Anthropic, the company behind Claude, one of the most capable AI assistants on the market, just dropped a brand new product called Claude Design. And the pitch is simple, but powerful. It's a tool built specifically to help non-designers create quick, clean visuals from scratch. We're talking founders pitching to investors, product managers explaining a feature to their engineering team, or a startup marketer who needs a mock-up by end of day. Claude Design is built for them. No design degree required, no steep learning curve. Just describe what you need, and the AI handles the rest. Let's be real. Tools like Figma, Adobe XD, and Sketch are incredibly powerful. But they have a massive problem. They assume you already know what you're doing. There's a huge gap between people who have ideas and people who can visually communicate those ideas. Anthropic is going directly after that gap. Claude Design is explicitly targeting founders, product managers, and anyone without a traditional design background. Think about how many times a PM has had to awkwardly describe a UI concept in a Slack message, or a founder has shown up to a pitch with a hand-drawn sketch. Claude Design wants to eliminate those moments entirely. So how does it actually work? Based on what Anthropic has shared, Claude Design leans heavily on the natural language capabilities that Claude is already famous for. You describe your idea conversationally, just like you'd explain it to a human designer, and Claude interprets that prompt to generate a usable visual. The key word here is quick. This isn't about pixel-perfect production assets. It's about speed and communication. Getting something on screen fast enough that teams can align, iterate, and move forward. Think of it less like a replacement for your design team and more like a supercharged whiteboard that actually shows you what you mean. Now here's where it gets interesting from a competitive standpoint. Anthropic entering the visual AI space is a big deal. We already have players like Canva's AI features, Microsoft Designer, and even generative tools baked into Figma. But Claude has a reputation for being exceptionally good at understanding nuanced, complex instructions. That's a meaningful edge when it comes to translating someone's messy, half-formed idea into something coherent. Most design AI tools are still pretty literal. You ask for a button, you get a button. Claude's strength has always been contextual understanding. And if that carries over into Claude Design, it could seriously outclass the competition in the I need this in 5 minutes use case. Zoom out for a second, and this launch starts to look like part of a much bigger strategy. Anthropic has been quietly expanding Claude beyond just being a chatbot. We've seen Claude get tool use, document analysis, coding capabilities, and deep integrations with enterprise platforms. Adding visual creation is another layer in building Claude into a full productivity suite. Not just an AI assistant, but an AI coworker. And targeting founders and PMs specifically is smart. These are high leverage users. If Claude Design becomes the go-to tool in early stage startup culture, Anthropic gets embedded in the workflow of the companies that will define the next decade of tech. There are still some big open questions. How good are the outputs, really? Can it handle complex multi-screen product flows? Or is it better suited for simple one-pages and diagrams? Does it integrate with existing tools like Notion, Linear, or Figma? And critically, what does pricing look like? Is this baked into existing Claude Pro subscriptions, or is it a separate product tier? These details will make or break adoption. But one thing is clear. The bar for you need to hire a designer for that just got lowered. And for a lot of early stage teams running lean, that is genuinely game changing.